If you can't handle the heat, you don't have much choice this week. There you go. And you're going to have to keep doing that for the next few days because it's not cooling down anytime soon. Temperatures will remain in the 30s, and we're talking about Humidex readings in the 40s. So if you don't have AC and you don't have a pool of your own or a neighbor who might let you splash in theirs, you may want to get yourself to a cooler place like, a mall or a library, the movies. It's an excuse to go to the movies. You're just too hot to not go, right? Okay, so widespread Humidex advisory in place across southern Ontario, even in northern Ontario too. And we have, with this kind of heat and humidity, enough instability in the atmosphere that we may see a pop-up thunderstorm. No real trigger, though, until this cold front moves in. We've certainly had some severe thunderstorms down in southwestern Ontario through the late night on Monday into the early morning hours. They included frequent lightning and heavy downpours as well because they were slow moving, but starting to dissipate as we speak. Milton's long-range forecast looks like this. So every day a risk of thunderstorms, but the better chance comes Thursday into Friday. And look at these Humidex readings, low 40s, Guelph, similar conditions, temperatures in the 30s, feeling even warmer than that with the Humidex and not cooling down anytime soon. At a splash pad. We're going to get to that in a second. Here's our Humidex advisory, and widespread across the province. We asked some kids at a splash pad in Milton what they thought of the weather, and here are their responses. Aw. Okay, so, AC, splash pads, pools if you got them. And then if you don't, obviously there are lots of ways you can keep cool because there are a lot of air-conditioned buildings that you can make your way to. And hopefully where you work, you have AC because that would be unbearable. And I know a lot of people work outdoors as well, so then it gets kind of tough. I mean, if you have AC, you're like, well, I don't mind it so much because you can go out for half an hour and then come back in when it gets too hot. But if you work outside, this can be fairly dangerous weather. Tuesday morning, we're looking at temperatures already in the mid-20s with mid-30 Humidex. That's hard to get your head around because that's the coolest part of the day traditionally, and temperatures are already going to be warm even through the overnight. It's not going to get much cooler than, say, 22 degrees. We've had isolated severe thunderstorms in southwestern Ontario, and I'm talking about places like Leamington, Windsor, Chatham. Not a lot around the Golden Horseshoe, although Tuesday we may see a pop-up thunderstorm. Eastern Ontario, also risk of pop-up thunderstorms, and that's because of a warm front. Most of the active weather will be in the extreme northwest of the province because of an area of low pressure moving through. This was the one responsible for the tornadoes in Saskatchewan. Southern Ontario, every day a little bit of a risk, but Thursday is when the cold front swings through our part of the province, and that's when we could be seeing some more severe weather. So the next couple of days, temperatures remain on the warm side. This is Tuesday morning. This is not an afternoon temperature, this 25 degrees. That's a morning temperature. And remember, places like Hamilton, 43 Humidex. Windsor, 43 Humidex. Same thing for London. That's all on Tuesday. Hamilton, slight risk of a thunderstorm early in the day, but only about a 30 pop. It's more than 5,000 meters high and has seen 15 major eruptions since early colonial times. Coming up, how this volcano could affect millions of people in one of the world's biggest cities.